Welcome to the Real Salty Podcast. Please join Stephanie and Caitlin as we dive into life in Florida, the good, the salty, and everything in between. We'll chat about real estate, family, sports, building a community, and all the unique things that make living in the Sunshine State so special. Plus, we'll bring on some amazing special guests to share their stories and expertise along the way. So grab your favorite drink and get ready to laugh, learn, and get a little salty with us.
Hi guys, welcome back for another episode of the Real Salty Podcast. My name's Caitlin, and of course I'm joined with my bestie, Stephanie. Hello. We're together. I'm actually really excited about it. I know. So we are filming today and I guess recording for all of you lovely people that don't watch my lovely facial expression. I'm telling you, you're missing it. You have to tune in. You're hysterical. You don't have to. Might be worth it. They're so worth it. Or they're still free. I don't know. I mean, I love a good podcast, but I love a good video podcast. I'm just saying, there's videos out there right now of people watching videos. You know what I mean? If you're that has to join, so funny, 100%. So, but other than being excited to be together to record our podcast today, as of today's recording is December 30th, which means that the new year is upon us, and good riddance to 2024. Bitch. Seriously. Felicia, seriously. All the hardest seriously. Yeah. My husband and I fill out every month just to keep in line with, so we know from a business perspective what happened in every month. That makes sense. And the amount of stuff that happened is it's just unbelievable. It's every month something. It's crazy. You can't make this shit. Yeah, whether it was cold weather, warm weather, slight red tide, there was 3 hurricanes that we prepared for. And Easter came super early last year. So it happened like that. 2025 is going to be better. It's going to be. It has to be. It is going to be. You've been having a good holiday? Yeah. I mean, I have to think that the last time we recorded a podcast, it was before. Yes. So, yeah, I mean, Ken and I didn't really do much for this holiday season. We stayed here in Madeira Beach. We went over to a friend's house, so we had a friend's. That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. Very eventful. Happy to see a couple of the regular things happen here in town, like the boat parade. That was good to see. But other than that, not even eventful. The year that we've had is fine. It's just so Christmas Eve, we went to church, which was really nice just to go as a family. Now, yes, exactly. Just to go. We actually really like this church, but it's just really difficult. For my family members listening, I also went to midnight mass. Hey, you did? That's so good. Actually, okay. Light the candle. I'm going to need it. Line about midnight. Exactly. But that's late for me because 10 o'clock, I'm I got to head to bed now. But so Michael gave me my legs were bothering me from running earlier that day. And that's usually what happens around 10 p.m. My legs start bothering me. So I have to be vertical. And so he gave me an ibuprofen, one of the PM ones. Okay. So I'm oh, okay, that's great. So, and I'm the first one always in my house to get up if no one needs to get up. You are an early. I'm an early bird. I am. I'm up at 6:30. Well, I slept till 9 on Christmas. And so Santa didn't put out any present. So before everyone starts sending angry letters, Stephanie's children are older. Yes. Okay. And if you have a small child, stop listening right now. I was just going to say, Santa's coming. Just stop listening right now. Yeah. So, but this was 24 hours before Santa comes. I don't have those little stickers to put whose present is what. So I get them and my daughter does them all for me, which is so nice, but also I should have really done those. And I used to pride myself on them. I'd take them to friends' house and have them write it out so that they would never know it was from me. I pride myself on that. So she did. So I get up at 9 o'clock and I'm kind of, because I don't have any of the stockings done or any of the out on the tree, which is the magical part, right? You did wake up at the crack. I know, which is the magical part. And I go out there and my daughter's sitting on the couch. She's like, Mom. I'm like, really quickly. Yes, exactly. So we had a nice Christmas. It was nice. And then we went and saw the new Bob Dylan movie,
yeah, it was
So good. Yeah, my husband is a huge fan of Dylan, and it was a good movie if anyone is interested in him and just even wants to know like how he got started. It was really good. So
I think that even if you're not completely familiar with his music, that
would appreciate it. Yes, exactly.
And for all the younger listeners out there, you need to know.
Yeah. I think actually they might after this because I mean it's not
What's the
yeah, I wish I'm so bad with names, but but they all know him in general. So but it was very, very good. Cooper has now seen it 3 times. Yeah.
Okay,
Cooper loves Bob Dylan. He's my oldest.
that's amazing.
It's amazing.
I will see it when it comes to street.
Where you can see it.
You talked about this?
No, but we did. You mentioned it once, and I was like, we need to circle back to that at some point.
Is now a good time for like absolutely no good reason?
You know what? Yeah, this once again.
I don't have. That's the we don't even have to dwell on it. Nothing other than.
Did you go to them when you were younger?
I did. I went with, my friends, and my mom would, take us to all these little movies that we wanted to go to.
You have to go to the new style.
Oh, I have.
So, okay. So you can get a burger.
The one where it's like
yeah.
And you push
yes.
And the lovely lady brings you a cosmopolitan and steak. Trust me.
That's where my Brody works. He loves it. Oh yeah. And he does the service for us, so he thinks he cermix a lot. It's and he does it at home too, complaining.
Well, I was just gonna say
he's accepted.
Works out well for you.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? Yeah.
You know what? It's just another example of me deciding I don't like that anymore. For no good reason.
Oh.
And Trent, when we first started dating, he would always go to movies. And I'm like, I just don't like that. And I just would say, like, why don't we go bowling? And I never just straight up told him I hate movie theaters until one day he had already booked tickets.
Oh no.
And I went, I wasn't the girlfriend with I was like, okay. And I think it was like just to date us even more. I think it was like, okay, like that's how long ago. Oh yeah, like a 300 movie.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, this was
And I went and hated every minute of it. I don't know. It was like kind of like I don't know. If I really like spending that much money.
Yeah.
I like being able to pause it if I missed something and be like, wait, what was that?
Yeah.
And to be honest, I mean, TMI,
your toilet bathrooms.
I wear a bra.
Yeah.
Okay. My house, I could just sit on my couch. I could go grab a snack. I could rewind something real quick. I'd be like, what was that? I can, instead of me asking Trent in public, what
did he say? Yeah.
No, it's just easier.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Nicola and I we used to go to like 3 movies in a row when we were dating. Where we didn't. Sorry, Jesus. We only paid for one, and then we'd sneak into the next 2.
Little rebel.
Such a rebel. And then Michael would bring in a Subway. I mean, we were really, really rebels.
So I want to know where the Subway.
No.
Along with him.
No.
All right.
And it was a meatball that we definitely don't want to know. So many jokes. But yeah, so we went to the movies. It was fun. You won't ever go to the movies. That's okay.
I guess I've just been one of those contributing members of the downfall of like movies, right?
Yeah.
Like, and here's the thing. I actually have seen a lot of movies. Like if you were 6 Trent's like, she's seen more movies than anybody I know. Her whole family talking movie quotes.
You do, actually. You do talk in movie quotes.
I know.
But you just prefer them at home. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
And it isn't cheap. It's not cheap when you go to the movies anymore. I mean, it never was, but now it's like really not cheap because you now throw alcohol in the mix. Yeah. So it's really not cheap now.
Except,
it's
like going to a sporting game.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy how much it's evolved and changed.
But for every once in a while, I do want to go to a sporting game.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I don't know. Anyway, we're dwelling, and I promised we would not be doing it.
That's all right.
One of the things, with the conclusion of the year that I kind of wanted to touch on was memories.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've already kind of drawn the conclusion that we have a lot from 2024 that we've been looking to forget. I noticed a new feature on Facebook today that actually it will send you the memories of your messenger. So if you sent a friend a message, then it will remind you of such. And now,
in messenger memories. That's interesting.
Gary, my question would be, they're only going to show me the messages of people I'm still friends with, right?
Well, actually, now that you say that, Caitlin sent me, I have to bring this up. I'm going to put on my glasses so I can actually read this. So Caitlin and I are victims of just like a lot of people are, just sending people memes. Like, hey, I'm thinking of you. I sent you a meme. Hey, this meme reminded me of you.
All adult friendships at this point, we're all so busy with our lives that a lot of the time we just send each other funny videos, and
Yeah, that's exactly it.
it's because you don't think it's you.
That's right. Exactly.
We enjoy it.
Oh, I do. And even if I never like, I can't sometimes figure out how to like it. Sometimes it prompts me and sometimes it doesn't. But when I can figure it out, I usually try and put like a laughing emoji because I'm always laughing. But for our lovely viewers and listeners, okay, so Caitlin, about, I don't know, a month ago, sent me this 2011 Caitlin.
Oh, God help us all.
That goes under the, are they only going to send us memories on the people we're friends with, right? So this is what Caitlin posted on December 14th. Oh, I mean, not even that, just a little over, oh my gosh, 13 years ago.
I think to warn everybody that 2011 Caitlin didn't have her. Yeah.
I go, where was 2011 Caitlin living?
Kansas City.
Okay, Kansas City.
City.
And Trent was in the position. It was in the place. Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For a year.
So Caitlin says, when Facebook comes up with the list people you may know, I wish I could type to someone all the horrible reasons why it should never, in caps, suggest some of these people to me. The list would probably read like, don't care about them. They're a whore.
I mean, that's
They're an idiot. They stole from me.
you're on some shady people.
I can't stand their laughs, jokes, face, etc. Obviously, Facebook. There are reasons that I'm not friends with them. I guess that's before LOL.
You know what?
Probably was.
That's a lot of emojis. There's not a single emoji in. Oh, there's not.
There's
Oh
not.
my God.
No, there's not. And you actually have quite a bit of punctuation. That's actually
That shows my.
so funny.
That shows
They're a whore.
they're a whore.
They're a whore.
Yeah. Which you know what? I wanna work. Best people I know.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
You understand.
yes.
Yeah.
You know, my mother, she always said that saying to me where it's like, you know, birds of a feather.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for any Grey's Anatomy fans out there, that's what Meredith said to Derek when he was like, "You're a whore," and she's like, "You don't get to call me a whore. You broke me. However, I choose to put myself back together as none of your business." I actually kind of like that. I think that that's fair. It's not his business. It wasn't his business. I mean, as we all know, they went on to get married, but nonetheless, that was the way he handled it.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was a good line back to her. So they can be that way. And you might be friends with them.
I really,
Unless you didn't tag anyone.
I would take that one out,
Okay.
and the rest of them still stand. I'm sorry, but they do.
Yeah, they stole from you, no way.
Yeah. The laugh thing anymore. I'm not that audibly sensitive when
Okay.
people have a laugh because I have developed a cackle.
That's what you've got.
Judge.
Exactly. Exactly.
But
But I had to share that because I love it.
there's always
We were talking about 2004 or 24, Caitlin, and I had to go, wait. They're gross. I don't. You just changed your language. I think you should.
hey, yeah. Yeah. I think that, you know, the only word that might be PC now is for. Maybe it would be like sexually promiscuous.
Yes.
Or
I don't even actually.
they probably have a word for it now, and it's just or just hashtag you're not allowed to say that.
Yeah, I don't know actually what they would call it now. I'm not sure. I'd have to ask my kids that because they probably.
They would say I would completely redact the line, or I would specify maybe somehow the whoring.
Yes.
Me person.
Oh yeah, because maybe it might.
Yeah. Maybe like you
Yeah.
stuck with my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's not like I'm gonna post an update now.
I should share that. You should share that.
I listen to it, but it's not limited to right.
But I think you actually did share it with me and say some things have never changed. Yeah, but maybe now that we're dissecting it, you're like, well, maybe that is a little over the top.
Well, and again, just, 20.
I actually look at all those Facebook memories and say, like, you're such a stupid idiot.
I know.
Why would you even say something like that?
Why did you think?
Why did you think that?
But see, you can't explain. Like, it was
Yeah.
so new.
Yeah.
And then you remember when it was like, Stephanie Berry is.
Yes.
You completed the.
And you complain the same. Like, it would be like listening to my daughter while I'm trying to go to bed.
Yeah. But yeah.
Because whoever cared about that? That's why I would get 3 likes. Not that I'm looking for likes. I actually am not a huge.
See, it could be worse, people. We could be posting like.
We could be. We could be. I mean, I don't go on, for the privacy of my own children, I don't go on social media with a lot of them now. As my daughter will say, I don't want a social media stamp. Like, she doesn't want, she's just worried about, actually, all 3 of them just don't care. They don't care. I mean,
I think that's awesome because I feel like their age and
they should be.
well,
They're on.
they could do not a lot of
Yes, no, they could.
things that wouldn't look
Oh, yeah.
another life
Or-
10 years from now.
Yeah, or if they ever apply for a job and it's needed. I mean, people look through that in job interviews now. They do. And it's, I mean, I don't think that, yeah, I mean, it is so true.
You know,
And we never even said, like, I mean, we've taught them you need to be careful about things online,
Yeah.
but we've never said, like, you need to really watch what your, like, footprint looks like online. They've all just, like, consciously said, I think, like, Cooper posted
they
something.
must be watching more useful, knowledgeable videos.
They must be. Yes. We're definitely not watching. We're watching
I think I said,
videos that mean
I
nothing
think it was
to
Joe,
help us think of nothing.
I think it was Joe Pesci green screened over a side street. And your kids are like, how can I reduce the pain? Oh my.
So, I am certainly not complaining, but yeah, it's so funny.
Not a call out to the trolls that have nothing better to do, but I've had Facebook since 2000.
So I didn't know about it till 2009. Well, I didn't have MySpace. Did you ever do
I
that?
did.
Yeah, see, I never did that. I remember logging in once or trying, and
2001 or
yeah,
two. Yeah.
and my sister told me about Facebook, and then I decided to do that. And then we spent, I don't know how many years that they had it where you could poke each other.
Oh yeah.
And I don't even, like, just one day it was gone. And like, I remember, and my sister being like, hey, where's the poke feature? Like, she was like, how come she hasn't poked me? Yeah, that's all we did was poke each other back and forth.
You know what? I just remember there's a light that like it's supposed to be a best friend light.
Yeah.
That, like when you're thinking of that, you tap.
Oh,
and
yes.
it's just there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And just like keep a poke emoji on top.
My sister would, if I didn't light it, though, she would send me this would be her
Well, they
exact.
just pay kids $5 a week when they walk by.
Yeah. I would send it, and then she would send it. And then my sister, if I didn't send it, she would be like, why you not tapping on my light, bitch? That's the text message she would send me, because that's the way she always is. But
Maybe no way.
yeah, we might become angry. That might actually cause a brawl.
Actually, we're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
we don't need any unnecessary guilt trips.
No, not at all.
Created. Especially going into the new year when normally one would be thinking about
New beginnings.
speaking.
Yeah, this year more than ever, I'm thinking of new beginnings.
Yeah.
And I've never been one for like, it's just a change of calendar. But this year, I think more than ever.
I've actually had an aversion to setting New Year's resolutions because I feel like it's a setup for failure. And that might come from my Steve personality.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, I want to make sure I'm going to tell anybody about it
Yeah.
until I can be 100%
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
And
I'm a little like that.
yeah.
I'm a lot like that, actually.
Well, I think it's because both of us, or at least, and you're probably similar to me, I'm not going to say that I'm going to do something unless I know that I can do it.
And I don't even actually, I'm not asking for one to, I have not enlisted you to be my accountability partner.
No.
Mention it to me. If I say to you, can I have you hold me accountable to this? Then that's
enlisting you.
when I mention something to someone and then they throw it back to me, I just want to be like, that was my private goal. Why are you using that?
My favorite's when they say it in front of other people, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that's probably why a lot of the times I don't say those things out loud, is that I privately know them, working on them, but I don't. It's not even that I want them to hold me accountable, because I find myself that I hold myself accountable enough, and I'm disciplined enough to get things done. But sometimes I'll say, I need you to like hold me accountable to this. But if I don't want you to, then you got your own stuff to work on.
100%.
You got your own stuff to work on.
Everyone has something to
Exactly.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. So what do we got? So we've got 2024 going to 2025. I am excited about that,
I am.
but there's probably got to be some things that we might need to remind the good people of.
Oh, before it actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Homestead is like today. Please. Homestead is like today, tomorrow.
It's 5:50 p.m. right now, Eastern Standard.
Yeah.
December 30th. And we actually, you know what? I'm going to post something on my socials about this tonight, like a deep minute.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yes, I live.
Yeah.
As long as it's there before 11:59
Yeah.
p.m.
Yeah. It should
They
be fine.
process it. So sorry, we're talking a little bit code. So we touched on this a little bit, I believe, in a previous episode.
Yeah.
With the conclusion of the year coming to an end. If you live in Pinellas County or any county in the state of Florida
For more than 6 months a year.
you bought a property this year or have relocated to a second home and is now your primary residence, you need to make sure to go onto your respected property appraiser's website and file for what's called your homestead.
Super easy to do. It's really, really easy.
It's 100% easy to do. And what it does is it actually gets you $50,000 allowance basically off of your assessed value that you are taxed on for your residence. Now, you do have to have that as your primary residence, meaning the mailing address and file for the title.
Yeah. Yep.
And you do have to live there more than 6 months in a day.
Yeah. 6 months on a day. Exactly.
So even if it isn't somewhere that you do dwell the entire year, it's very, very important that you go for these. There's a ton of other exemptions.
Yeah.
People can.
Yeah.
State of
Disability, veteran, widow. Yeah.
But
Over a certain
homestead
age.
exemption, again,
Military.
Yeah. If you, today is the cutoff basically for that because they're going to be closed.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
for the new year.
Yep.
We're going to send out something about that. But specifically for Madeira Beach, I wanted to make sure that we reminded the good people of a few things, of deadlines that are coming up,
Yeah.
especially along the barrier islands for people that have been affected by these hurricanes in 2024 before we officially start talking about what we're looking forward to for 2020. So FEMA assistance, okay? FEMA disaster assistance, meaning immediate assistance for housing, food, water, first aid, prescriptions, transportation, etc. The application deadline for either the Milton or Helene, that is going to be January 7th. Similarly, the Pinellas County Hurricane Home Repair Program, which means that eligible residents can receive up to $30,000 in grant funding for eligible repairs. The deadline to apply for that is also January 7th. That is next Tuesday, just to give the good people an idea. Another one on January 7th, the SBA or Small Business Association loans, which are low interest loans that are available to homeowners and business owners. Now, I also want to go ahead and preface this with, you do not have to be a homeowner. So for my fellow beach residents that are renters, you can take advantage of not only the 203 home loan programs that are available, but this SBA loan, this Small Business Association loan, you need to apply for before January 7th.
And that actually just kind of went live in a lot of ways.
It did.
Because with that whole government shutdown, as soon as that didn't happen, the funding went immediately there. Whereas before, they were just getting like all the SBA loan officers were getting all their ducks in a row. So that as soon as the government passed those laws that just happened, which I'm not a politician at all to even know, I just know that the government didn't go into a shutdown. It literally, like the next day, activated a whole bunch of SBA loans. There was private ones, but then there's also government ones. The private ones are usually at a higher interest rate, like 12 to 14% interest rate. Whereas this one is at, it's anywhere between like 4 and 6. It depends on your credit. And you just have to show. There's a lot of little things with it. But nonetheless, the funding is there. So if you've heard that it's not there, it is there.
It is now. So if you had tried beforehand, like Stephanie's saying, there was a little federal hiccup and they've gotten that pipe.
But you have to accept it. You have to have it in and then accept it by January 7th.
Ooh, girl, you better get that application in for your New Year's before you go out to party. And then the last one I want to mention, which is not January 7th specific, but the FDEM, which is the Elevate Florida program. This is assistance to enhance community resilience by mitigating private residences against natural hazards. Long and short, I'm not raising it.
Yeah, I didn't know that that's what it was called.
Yeah, the FDEM Elevate Florida program. No application yet, so they're asking you to sign up to
get the information
on the floridadisaster.org page, and then go to search mitigation topics. And that should bring up the information that you need. But other than that, January 7th, people, if you haven't applied or need further assistance from FEMA, the SBA loans, and what was the last one?
The FDA, whatever it is, the FDA mitigation one. SBA.
That was another one. Here's us trying to do a cute little recap.
Yeah.
All right. So, the elevate. Okay. So small business loans, FEMA assistance, and the hurricane home repair plan.
Yeah. Oh,
up to the 30,000 in the grant.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what, I mean, everyone wants to be a part of those, but, they're still trying to figure out.
Well, and I think something too that I've heard is a resounding is that with those federal grants with the FEMA disaster relief, just don't bank on them. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't bank on it because it's not something that they're going to, and you get a grant.
It's not like COVID where they're handing out money.
No.
I mean, they were handing out money everywhere then, and there's some guidelines with it all, but it's those resources are there. You pay into them anyway from a tax standpoint, so you may as well. And it doesn't matter if you're, feel like you're, in a lower income or you're in the highest income. Everyone takes advantage of those things just to make sure, even if it's just a safety net, to make sure that things still keep moving in the right direction. And it's paperwork, but based on the way that things used to be, because everything is so computerized, everything is just so accessible. Like, it's just so much more accessible, and educate yourself on those things. And there's people that are working that are there to help you with it.
I will say this too, with the accessibility though of the necessary paperwork that you'll need. That doesn't mean that it's going to be timely. Quick, get it in and we'll set it and forget it. I don't want to set it and forget it, but it's just be patient. I mean, patience is the
right now. It's right now. It's tough.
Continuation of learning. So.
There's been some massive movements in the area.
100% actually. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last recording. Trent and we got our permit.
Oh, you did?
Nice. So rebuilding has begun. It's the most beautiful sound in the world.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they're not working through the night or anything, but it's just if I pop home or before I the day, I hear them.
Oh, that's good.
We're actually hoping either about mid or late January we actually will be downstairs.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm actually really excited. But
that will give you some more space.
But I feel like Madeira specifically, it is a slower process.
Yeah.
And I don't want to act like I'm on the other side of it. So I'm like, well, they're floating out. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I do feel like, when I talk to other people that are in other surrounding beach towns, we're starting to kind of break away a little bit.
Yeah. And the process as well as the production piece of it. Well, one of the things that I was learning as we were doing all those meetings before that, we're doing those town hall meetings to educate people. The one thing that I was learning through that is even if people understood and knew what their options were, to act on any of those is really, really difficult. People were going through so much mentally and just were exhausted. And the idea to wrap their brain around having to make these life-altering decisions was actually just too much. There's a lot of people that will it's almost like you had to say to them, these are your options. You actually need to pick now. You have to start picking with this. Okay, so no problem. But when I see some of these permits that are there and that are, people that are saying online this, that, or another thing, I wonder, I love the numbers when Matt Beach brings them out.
Yeah.
Because I think that that's more honest about math is math, just so you can keep track of how well everyone is doing versus and as much as you can still look at the negative piece of all the things that they haven't done. It's the only way for them to show progress, because the only other piece that you would see are the keyboard warriors that are just they're freaking out about everything still. And I even would wonder if some of them if they've gotten all their paperwork done sometimes. And I hate to be like that. I know, but it's there's so many people that I talk to, and I'm I just had this conversation with a gentleman the other day that come into our jet ski business. and he still had not done anything because he just was so lost in it. And I literally like outlined it for him. This is what you need to do. And I said, and follow up with you on a week to see if you need any more assistance with it. And I've done that probably a dozen times, and only because like I have a head on my shoulders. I don't have to deal with it personally. So let me help anyone that needs help with it. But yes, but I know enough to help guide, or at least make sure they understand the umbrella of resources that are out there. And I do think that there's probably a percentage of that that's out there that is, and it's okay if you're overwhelmed with it, but just get someone to help you with it. And, but it is, I think that, all those deadlines and resources, like they have to be there. And yeah, and I just hope that the new year just really creates some, some good vibes. And I hope, that, and I think that the community in this area has done an outstanding job.
The one thing I want to mention with the impending New Year,
Yeah.
and then we talk high season, right?
Yeah.
Particularly,
Yeah.
so January through March, a lot of people think high season 2, not living here, be like March, babies. The people that are asking, what's it going to be like in April?
It's so far away. It's like a light year. I mean, it's literally another life. Yeah.
For us to answer.
Yeah.
And somebody actually posted, it was on one of the local pages, and it was a tourist, but like a person that had been coming down here for a number of years, and it hurts their heart to see the damage, but that makes them happy to see the bounce back happening. The wording in which this gentleman worded it of basically reset your expectation.
Yes.
But they need you.
Yes.
And it's true.
Yes.
The businesses that have reopened up until this last weekend, actually. And as a business owner, please tell me, but this last weekend, Friday night,
oh yeah, did you go to that TV?
I did.
Oh my gosh. Well, we were working all day, but
it was full for the first time.
Yes. Oh yeah, John's Fest has been banging.
For the first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes, it's amazing. There's there was it's been good trip. And a lot of the hotels or resorts, although they may not be open right now, they're actually just, and I learned this the other day, they're waiting for their occupancy letter from FEMA.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of that they haven't gotten it all put together. So like some people will say like, well, I'm slated to stay there, but I see that they're not even posting right now. It may not be because of destruction. It literally might be because they actually just didn't get their occupancy certificate in time for the season, which I do feel bad about. And they moved Seafood Festival to the end of March. So that's like one of the busiest weekends in John's house. So that is going to be lights out.
Do we know what weekend?
The last weekend.
Okay, well,
like literally, no.
They probably thought like,
well, because I'm done with that. Yeah, Gasparillo or what's St. Patrick's Day around here? Is it? I don't even remember. I actually don't even remember.
They do a river green.
Or Tampa.
That's Tampa, right?
I think so. I think so. It's like it goes from like
you should have every.
Yes, they do. Sure. Like I should have a docket catalog.
Oh,
yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, I know St. Augustine, Florida is like one of the original St. Patrick's Day. Even that St. Augustine did it so good that actually, you're going to die when I say this. Dublin copied St. Augustine. Dublin, Ireland copied St. Augustine because of their parade that they did. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do an amazing thing.
I feel like I'm here right now where I don't know what to do with it. Here's the thing. I come from a huge Irish family. St. Patrick's Day is a huge deal. I mean, like, the folklore and actual, like, dead-ass truth is that my grandmother, who was one of 4 girls, the Andrew sister,
yes,
they had more St. Patrick's Day decorations than Christmas decorations. They made a bigger deal about this shit. The amount of corned beef and cabbage, you have no idea.
Oh my God.
Jameson, I was just sitting around like, I'm not kidding. It was a huge deal. So for me to not know that St. Augustine
is really big.
Is a huge thing.
Yeah, we actually, and I, that's no diss on Dublin because Michael and I learned when we were in it is. But we learned that in Ireland. Yeah, they told us about how St. Augustine in the Americas Isn't that crazy? But anyway,
It's even just as crazy.
they say they do. Yeah.
The American.
The Americas.
Yo,
Exactly. Exactly. But nonetheless, like, so yeah, so Seafood Festival is the last weekend of March. So if you've never done that before,
yes, please come.
it's so good. It's so much fun. And it is going to be out of control. It's just going to be so good. And we were hoping it's usually in January, like the third week, but I just don't think that they feel like there's enough put back together yet. And so, but by the end of March, I think that that's kind of like they're giving themselves this deadline of, and they couldn't even have probably taken it on as a city.
Else,
I don't
think
do
we
that.
have to
Yeah.
across the way under the bridge.
Yeah.
100%.
No, we don't.
They have like all the
They don't.
swirl
Yeah.
and everything. So
Yeah. But that's really fun. So there's a lot to look forward to.
I'm looking.
There's a lot to look forward to.
Which makes me have the hesitation of kind of saying like my resolution is.
Yeah.
I kind of have some sweeping general statements of how I try to want to keep my mindset, which is eliminate friction.
Yeah.
And I'm not great. I'm not going to go for anything that's not difficult to obtain.
Yeah.
But anything that just maybe I am actually.
Well, I mean, everything's just a little bit more raw now, right? If you're, and not in a bad way, but I think like one thing that I saw, like your tolerance of things is just not going to be as accommodating as it once was. I want to even speak on that, like time management. I'm very good at time management, but I also am very good at like allowing myself to allow more time than I need to for certain things. And I'm definitely going to be more selfish about that. I'm definitely like, is this what adds the most value to if I have 7 days a week? Does this add the most value to me? And that's one of the things that I on your typical like health and all of those things. But yeah, I mean, those are,
You said the health thing. I wasn't going to talk around this because it's not the planet thing. And I'm going to choose.
oh Lord,
That's at the top of my be an adult list and just take care of it.
baby adult is hard.
Actually, I think that should be a new segment on the be an adult.
It should be because it is.
So I have found out at 38 years young. Apparently, I have one leg. You know that.
I'm laughing
Because you know.
here's
Okay, I have been in chiropractic care for 23 years since I was 15 years old, and no one has ever figured out that. And this is me being. This is why I'm a dental assistant.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But what is the bone that's from the knee to the hip? What's the
femur.
this? Sure,
It's a femur. Yeah, that's actually the only one I know. So thank you for asking that.
it's done. We can play password.
It's the only one I know.
Okay. So apparently my right leg is longer than my left leg. Now, just like all of us beautiful humans, no one is truly symmetrical.
Yeah.
But there is apparently a normal difference.
Yes.
And I am above that.
What is that like? Some guys are in jail. Oh, I'm going really. Yes, scoliosis. Yeah, no, you have like scoliosis or something. Okay,
And this is what I'm getting at. So
from that mismatch.
how long has this been going on?
Oh,
Curvature in my time, but I was like 12.
when you did the old, go to the nurse.
Oh, that's the she told you she
I don't think they do that anymore.
and they were like,
They were unmonitored. Can we just talk about that for a second? They weren't even monitored. Like, I remember wearing my gym shirt and I had to like take off my bra.
Yeah.
Which was just weird.
and they're like,
With my gym teacher,
really,
you know what gym teachers were like in the 80s and the 90s. And like, you had to do, I don't even know if that mattered at that point. It was a girl. It was still a girl. It didn't matter though. I mean,
no. As a child,
Yeah.
that is an uncomfortable situation to anyway.
and it's, yeah.
Yeah. So they found it. It was never serious enough in my situation
Right, for them to-
racist
Yeah.
degree of any.
Which of course at that time you were like,
There were like after that day, there were 6 degrees of my friends walking down the hall like, oh my god, that's gonna be me. And
Yeah.
they didn't need to be mean about it. They got it corrected. God bless them. But anyway, so that has been something that they've known for a while. When I went to this chiropractor here, they wanted to take full sedimentary. which I was okay with because it's been a number of years since I had full spinal x-rays and knowing the condition. Oh, I also have reverse curvature in the
Just to throw that out there.
real.
Yeah,
Sure. Trent is gonna, like, God bless Trent, unless I do the things I'm supposed to do. So this which we're getting at.
Yeah.
So basically, this has been my whole life, and no one found this until this year. And it was through X-rays where they noticed that my hip bones actually were higher than the other, and remodeling, which bones changing their shape can only happen for two reasons. One, constant muscular tension can actually whittle away a bone, or two, trauma, like a car accident.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So that's constant muscular tension.
Yeah.
And he tells me this. And so a normal range, and straight me down, but I want to say it was like 3 to 7 millimeters. I'm like a 12.
Oh, no.
Oh no, and so my shoes off, and he pulls my shoes up, and he pulls them up, and he goes, "Well, these aren't a very good example." He goes, "Are these newer?" And I'm like, "Yeah, crazy, they are." They're like, "I'm old." And he goes, "Well, you can barely see this in here, but I want you to go home
And look at your shoes.
single."
Oh, no.
Looks like I've owned it for 2 years longer than the last one. And they are the same pair of shoes, obviously, but because
It's like you're a shuffler. And I didn't even know this.
super attractive. Like, I want to go attract. I want to say a shuffler, but like maybe I can just make it into like some kind of like gangster.
Yeah.
Like just
I think so. Something. White girl gangster walk. I like that.
But how is no one found this?
That's
So
crazy.
that is one of my residents. So
Just think that
like
that's
that day,
what would they do to fix it?
oh, I need to go to a cobbler,
Like to real.
psychiatrist to get those.
Yeah, that's easy though.
One to right.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is that I asked him, is this something that could be hereditary? Like, if your parent had
Yeah.
this, would you be more susceptible to have it? And he's like, not necessarily.
Okay.
Like, it depends. It could be not necessarily technically hereditary, but if you have a similar build of a parent,
Okay.
have this similar issue. But
Somebody.
unfortunately, with my father passing in 2012, I don't get
Yeah.
his
Yes.
anymore. But I do remember specifically my dad had an arthritic hand.
And it probably came down to that.
And he was built like me, gangly
Yeah.
and tall
Yeah.
and
I bet it's
slender. And
funny.
I chew money if we. This is so morbid, but I was like, if he wasn't cremated,
Yeah.
you go.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Well, that's that awful that we have to fix that.
but no, so I'm gonna go. I didn't do anything with it. I literally just. I'm busy. So
Well,
I need to be an adult, and I need to go take
that
care of
is one of those things you have to
because otherwise, and I hate to say this, but I just went back and I'm seeing a bunch of family members that have spinal issues and their posture and the way that they are. Like, I know that that's
You
my
can notice
future
that.
if
Yeah.
I don't start getting real about taking.
Well, it's like it has to happen nowadays. It's just crazy. I mean, I mean, no one wants to have to own any of that, and especially as we get older, there's so much more to your health than just eating right or
Yeah.
going to the doctor. And the information is there, right? But and I think everyone has probably on their New Year's resolution their health, but what does that really mean, and what does it look like?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we all want to eat better? Should we be eating healthier food?
Yeah.
Should we be more active? Should we take care of our
Yeah.
hearts? Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. But specifically, I gotta go see a cobbler.
Well, I think that that's really good. I know, but it's so good that you're going to do that.
It needs to happen.
2025, Caitlin needs to make that.
Damn it. So yes, eliminating friction in both my life and my right shoe.
That's easy.
What is your goal? Do you have any?
Oh,
What I care to share with the good people?
I would say that, like what I mentioned before, is that I need to make sure that I am allowing my time to not slow down a little bit because I have a tendency to over exert myself. I have a million different things going on, but I'm comfortable in that space too. I know it makes a lot of people uncomfortable, like my husband. It makes them uncomfortable when I have so much going on, but I do feel comfortable in that space. But I also like if you have a work day of like, let's just say 9 or 8, because that's pretty much like 8 o'clock is usually when I'm at my computer, and you stop working at 5, like what productivity looks like. I know they would say like work smarter, not harder. It's not even a matter of that with me. It's a matter of like, is this adding value? Will this add value to me and to my family? Or is this taking time away from other things that I feel like would add value? So That's one of them. But health is it's always on my list. But I mentioned this like, think like forever ago on a podcast. Like I knew that after all these hurricanes, the best way for me to heal, a lack of better word, heal. And the way I say heal is because I was literally like having nightmares after Milton for stupid things. Like I'd wake up and I'd be like, where's my purse? And it would have been like attached to me in the dream. Like it was just little things because I was making so many decisions that the best way for me to heal was to start running. And so I run 5 days a week. And that is like, it takes about an hour for me to run. Then I take the dogs for a walk. And that has been, I need to continue that for my mental health as well as like my physical health. I need to just keep up with that and make sure that I don't let anything else become a priority. That's a really, really big thing. And then, there's always little goals with the kids to make sure, I mean, I should say like young adults, but like keeping them on track.
They're your kids.
They are.
Your kids.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like we had to specify for the listeners that no one's
Yeah.
ruining Santa.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. They are. They are. And I know they're all going to be fine, but what does now till fine look like? And getting them to, right? I know that. So, and they're at that scary age right now. I know summer. I think this summer we just applied. He just applied yesterday. Cooper.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cooper doesn't even know me.
He hopes he gets to do it.
I'm a for him because I didn't do an exchange program that was
I
technically.
didn't know. It's difficult to. I would have loved to have done that.
I did a sister cities program exchange where it was during the summer. So the boy came and lived with me and my family for a month.
Oh, yes.
I went like
Yes. Very cool.
so.
Where did you live?
Lyon,
Where's that?
Lyon, and it's like central France. It's
Oh, France. Okay. Okay.
sorry.
Okay. That's why you. Okay. Got it.
Actually, like the gastro. Something like it's more famous for its gastro.
Oh.
stuff.
Oh, really? Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's so fun.
Argue, but yeah. Anyway, I hope he did
Yeah.
but because it literally just changes
Everything.
I told Trent, I was like, you get much more about it if we take you to
Yeah. I know.
the regular. And the
We've been there like every year since 19. What we have.
I wanna go with you.
Yeah, you can come with us.
I
This
have to
this
get
is the first year we.
I flooded.
Oh.
I had just gotten it last night. Okay. So before we break down to just complete chitter chat,
Yes.
I want to go ahead and hopefully
Yeah.
this episode.
Yeah.
So before we say goodnight to the good people, I just want to say here's to the end of 2024
Exactly.
and God 2025.
Oh,
Be
I'm so excited about it. I'm going to be excited. I'm going to choose to be excited.
I'm very excited.
That's what I'm going to choose. Choose to be excited.
Plus, on this note too, we're gonna record next week on my birthday.
Oh my gosh.
And it is the last year I could say age 99. So we're gonna burn this.
We are in this incredibly entertaining mess. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
It is exciting. So I get to turn 39 for the first time.
Because 39 something. That's what they say.
We're gonna do it.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, again, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed tonight's episode. Please give us a follow or a like or shout out. Can't focus me. But yeah, you can't say that.
That's right. That's
But,
right.
but we hope to see you guys next week. And of course, if you have any suggestions of topics that you would like to see Stephanie and I cover, or any questions, we are actually thinking about bringing back the. I like the fish.
Yeah.
We're thinking about pulling back the fishbowl day, so we have that.
That was fun.
That you want to hear our A's to let us.
Yeah.
Other than that, guys, as always, thank you for joining and
See you on the other side. See you on the other side.